What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We're starting off by creating our first guideline with our gold FX contouring to his head shape. Don't be afraid to stretch the skin to give you more space to bulge out. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our shave stick and apply it to the skin. This lowers the likelihood of him bumping up when we use the foil shaver. Now we're going to use our foil shaver to completely remove the stubble and flick out about an inch away from the guideline. Now that we're done removing the stubble, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around an inch thick so you can spread the blend. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way closed and attack that initial guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, you could go ahead and follow the Instagram or leave a super thanks down below. Thank you. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use this lever and the same guard to soften up the line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we're going to move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Now that we're done with the lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We are near the parietal ridge, so you want to make sure you flick out as much as possible. Now that we're done softening up the line with the two guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Now we're going to use a 4 guard all the way open and we're going to debulk the top. And we're also going to use a little bit of a longer guard on the light spots. Now that we're done debulking the top with a 4 guard all the way open, we can move on to our 3 guard all the way open and continue to fade the sides near the parietal ridge. To make the fade more smooth, we're going to use our clipper over comb method, and we're going to use our vertical cuts to blend it as much as possible. Effects, we're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. We're also going to make sure the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. Once we start to line up this little piece right here, you're gonna see the lining is gonna start coming together. Again, make sure you keep the vertical bars as natural as possible, and also you want to make sure you don't press too hard. Again, you want to make sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure everything's nice and neat. Now that we're done laying everything in place, we can move on to our Go to effects and create our first guideline. We're also gonna make sure we contour this guideline to their head shape. Don't be afraid to stretch the skin when balding out, it will give you more space. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our shave stick, and this is so he doesn't bump up when we use our foil shavers. As you can see here, we're using our babyless foil shavers to remove the stubble, and we're also flicking out about an inch away from the guideline. Now that we're done removing the stubble, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. We're gonna make this guideline around an inch thick so we can spread the blend. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way closed and attack that initial guideline. hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, you can leave a super thanks down below or follow my Instagram in the bottom right hand corner. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're also going to use this same guard and the lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. We're also going to use our lever midway and all the way close to help us remove that line. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. This guideline is going to help us get ready for our 1.5 guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners would definitely help. Now we're moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, and we're going to flick out as much as possible. And we're also using this guard before our clipper over comb just so we can soften up the ridge and create a silhouette. Now we're moving on to our clipper over comb method, and we're either going to use our horizontal cuts to debulk or our vertical cuts to blend. And we're also pulling the comb at a certain angle, whichever angle is needed, and we're also paying attention to the density and darkness that is showing at the comb. Now I'm making sure I detail as much as possible with my 3 guard and 2 guard all the way open. Before we line him up, we're going to make sure we separate the baby hairs from his top hair and make sure they're nice and laid down. I'm also debulking them with the one guard all the way open. Sometimes if the one guard all the way open doesn't work, you could close the lever a little bit. Now we can move on to our go to effects and start off at the middle, working our way to the sides. We're also going to make sure we go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then you won't line them up properly. As you can see, after he's done coughing, that the fade is coming together and it's starting to look real sharp and nice and smooth. Now that we're done lining him up, it reveals a few guidelines, so we're going to go back to the fade in detail. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right side, but before we do that, we're going to detail the fade a little bit. You always want to make sure you keep the vertical bars as natural as possible. You don't want to make them too pointy and push them in too much. Remember, I'm making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. If you go too fast, then it won't work properly.